I'm joined by Inna Sovsun, a member of Ukraine's parliament. She joins me live from Kyiv. Thanks for joining us again, Inna. This is good news that 156 people have been taken to safety, but there are other lives at risk in Mariupol, and this city's been largely destroyed and effectively now lost to the Russian invaders. What are your thoughts on the way forward from here?
Well, of course, we are very happy for those people who did manage to escape. But you have to realize many more are still left in Azovstal plant. And actually, after the evacuation of those 120 people started, the Russians restarted their attack on Azovstal plant with more weapons, with more artillery. And where we're getting the reports from people who are still in there, they're saying that the attacks became more vicious and more intense compared to even 2 days ago. So apparently, that was just for show, to show to the world that they are willing to help people evacuate, but actually they continue to everything in their power, everything they can, to kill those who are still in Azovstal plant, and that is just terrifying, and it's just heartbreaking to an extent that I can't even imagine what the family of those who are stuck in there are feeling, and it's just heartbreaking, and I hope we could get them back, all of them, but it's basically impossible because Russians are now refusing to negotiate further evacuation corridors.
As we get into 2 months into this war, one of the things that I found almost surreal is to see the way the city you're in, Kyiv, has been attacked, and it's been defended by people there, missiles coming in. Yet world leaders have been able to go and visit Kyiv and catch up with your President Vladimir Zelensky. Boris Johnson has been there. Nancy Pelosi has been there. This while life goes on as per normal in Europe, and you recently left the country to go to Berlin, and you went through Poland. Tell me about that contrast of leaving a war zone where you're fighting for your very survival, and then the next minute being in a neighbouring country where life is peaceful as ever.
Well, that was very strange. That was my first trip abroad since February 24th. And I realized that I'm probably more traumatized by the war here than I could imagine. Actually, I realized that once I entered Poland, because, and that's going to be a very personal comment, on the railway station where I was waiting for my train, because of course we cannot travel by plane here. But on the railroad station in Poland, I noticed that there is something wrong with the road. From the window, I saw that, and I thought, oh, the missile hit here as well. That was my first thought for 2 seconds. And then I realized, and I said to myself, Inna, you're in Poland. Russians didn't hit missiles over here. But because there was some work repairment, road repairment, for 2 seconds, my thought was missiles hit here as well. And that was just the way our brain functions right now. That is all we are focused on, keeping in mind that missiles can hit anytime, anywhere. And we actually had this experience last night, and we are 10:30 in the morning here in Kyiv. But last night, so about 12 hours ago, we had air raid alerts all over the country, and the Russians have actually hit targets all over the country, including in Kyiv, in Lviv, in Kirovograd, which is in the center, in Odessa on the south. That's part of everyday life, and then we got used to that. But I still think that we shall all be, traumatized for years to come after all this is over. It's heartbreaking and very difficult to deal with, frankly speaking.
Absolutely. Let's hope it can be over as soon as possible. Thanks so much for joining us again, Inna.